We're alive. And as has been tradition, I will be spending the first minute or three of the stream getting everything up and running, rather than doing that beforehand. You know what? I messed up my stream title. I need to get that. Infinity Conquest. That's different. It is different than regular Conquest. Okay. First, we turn off Fancy Zones, the Power Toys configurator of my screen real estate, so that I can put things where I want them to be. Now we're going to pop out the chat. Now we're going to make sure the chat is on top. And now we're going to move the chat over here. All right. And for posterity, we're doing Infinity Conquest here today, folks. Reminds me, I might have windows open I need to be closing. I don't know how any of that works. I think we're good. Calm down, everybody. Alright, my opponent. Decent player. Give my opponent a naked 1-2, why not? I'm fine with that. Don't know how we feel about Forge. Could have seen that coming. Guess we got some kind of surfer business. There's Arisham. Welcome. Not feeling super enthused about this. This is a good deck to have. This deck is beatable. Maybe not by my current hand, but beatable. Actually, I think there's a fair chance they actually go here. I'm expecting maybe a Sarah mid, but also a Sarah left makes sense too. Well, I don't think I have outs here. I don't think I have outs here. I wonder what that was. Who knows? Well, we can be out of here. No sense playing for edge cases. You have ample opportunities to take this deck on. Kinda don't mind turning that off. Have to be aware, this deck seemingly runs Killmonger, almost certainly. Oh, that screws me up. Of course. That's it. He actually has a little bit of an issue getting over the top of that. Not bonkers or anything, but just a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they threw down a Killmonger, but I don't know. We'll see what my opponent does. I'm not thrilled, but I'm also not super depressed. And kind of incentivize them to put down a Killmonger. Galacta lets him get over Savage Land. Tragically. I think I'm probably running here, but my opponent is happy to let me stay in for free, and I'm happy to let him. Oh, look at you! Diabolical. Yeah, my opponent can snap at any moment here. And they choose not to. Actually, there's a path to victory, but again, I should have retreated later.
Escaped.
I don't think my opponent is going to retreat there, but yeah, that's a retreat later situation. I don't know if it's fair to say that I am favored or unfavored against a Serra control deck. However, my opponent is doing a pretty passive job at snapping, which is quite lovely. Happy to let him keep doing that.
Right on time.
I kind of want to snap here because I do not think that they have any other 2-drops that's going to get him over the top here. It's just going to be a free... So I'm snapping. There's absolutely an argument. I mean, they could be super ahead based on Weird World and unknown cards, but I think broadly with the tools available to me, I'm going to be favored at this moment. Yep. Do I want to put Mobius down? I think that this is a fine play. Well, that's exciting. Otto's lab is everything. I kind of didn't want that to come down, tragically. That would have been a very lovely surprise gift. Actually, I think about not playing a second card here, but I am going to do that. Well, good to know that he's doesn't have these cards available. Happy to have, excuse me, Brood. Dodge the Gwenpool. Next turn, it's a very good chance I want to be doing Cannonball. Which means Shang-Chi this turn. So a Naked Surfer takes him up to 14. I'm going to 13. I think I do this and then Cannonball to win another lane. That sucks. Kind of forgot about Otto's Lab being turned on there. That's actually really good, because now I can actually play into Otto's Lab, whereas I was not going to be able to before. On account of the copycat coming right here. Now, I think that this just wins. I think that this just wins. If they have a second Goliath, I'll be pretty bummed. Heck yeah. Didn't actually need to play the Shang-Chi middle there, but it was ultimately the correct play. The best kind of correct. Ultimately correct. Oh, so I have my opponent's entire list. They have Red Guardian. That's the counterplay that I'm afraid of to protect my Doctor Doom against. I think we're going to do this. To protect Doctor Doom from Red Guardian. I'm not going to snap. I think I'm strong enough to snap yet. I'm in a strong position, but my opponent could be in a stronger position. Very happy to turn off their Hope Summers. Which are like a big old card to play in Krakoa. Next turn is the last turn that I can do that and reap potential benefit from it. Yeah, notably they don't have Sarah, so the Mobius value actually isn't there. What's that card? Gore. Oh my god. Well, that's a lot. I believe that this works. That Gore is devastating. And again, that's the kind of thing that you really should be snapping on. Oh boy, what is the... There we go. Don't love that. Not in a great spot. Would have loved some counterplay potential there. Yeah, I think I'm probably just cooked here. Well, now that I think about it, they're adding a Surfer... A Surfer's going to add... Well, they just have a big old... Like, their Shaw added to Krakoa. Surfer would add 4 there. And they're already getting at least 1, 2... I think this is a retreat. That just... Would have loved... Would have loved a couple different things to happen there. But nice that my opponent let me get away for 1. with their copycatted gore. I find that players, even very good players, that come from ranked do not snap as aggressively as they should in conquest situations. That's not completely true. There's some fucking madmen out there. But when I go to ranked, which I will do for the first couple days of the season, I'm very surprised by how passive it is. It's a very passive scene. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. Now, tragically, I don't have any kind of Red Guardian protection. I'm kind of at the mercy of the court here. Well, my opponent has done nothing, so that's cool. I kind of want to snap here, but, you know, and again, I think my opponent's just going to let me do that later. And, of course, I am vulnerable to Red Guardian. That is maybe the least desired card to have pulled. Is there an argument to doing Punisher here? For Red Guardian protection? Okay, not Red Guardian. Alright, what's coming? Grandmaster, love to see it gone. There's his doom. Yeah, and so why I freely gave them a Doom 2099 is because it really doesn't benefit their list like it benefits mine. Hey Doom, how you doing? I'll snap here. I guess actually there's an argument to, well, for maximum Doom value, I kind of like throwing it down now, and like ultimately 4 is the same as 6 here. Absolutely an argument to holding that for a surprise and dumping next turn. I don't see him getting over the top of this. I do not see him getting over the top of this. I guess Copycat is always an X factor. You never know what Copycat could be. That's something I need to be thinking about in this series. But I can't imagine he stays and loses. Either he stays and wins with some kind of miracle, or leaves. And, you know, that's fine too. Enjoy how much I potentially derailed him with the Doom 2099 gift. His hand might have sucked, but oh, he's staying. Well, I think I just all good in the neighborhood. Let's cast roll. Very good. And now we're on match point. That's neat. I started at game 4. At least started the stream with game 4. And let's clear up this alliance mission here. Let's grab I guess probably this guy. Well, there's a chance we might get 15,000 in a day. I'll believe it when we see it. Alright, here we go. We're doing this avatar, and I gathered from the Deadpool Diner, where I came in 7th in the world. And we're at a point now where I don't even care about the avatars. I have, I believe, 26 at this point. But, you know, that's a special one in that regard. Let's see my opponent. Tragically good. You like to see big old noob. Oh, Mill! Oh, well, that's good. That's good to see. Hopefully they're not running a bunch of Cassandra Novas. Probably not the case. Anyway, occasionally in this game mode, you I wonder if I can potentially clog them here. That actually maybe cooked me a little bit. If that had not been Gamma Lab, I suspected they maybe would play like a cable or something in the left lane and I could clog here. But we're gonna do this anyway. This is basically the right play no matter what. I feel like I'm ahead, but I don't know enough about like what this deck can do. So I'm expecting a Misery on the left, which diminishes the value of Spider-Woman here. So actually, I guess I probably want a Spider-Woman here. I mean, do I snap? The thing is, he ate a... I guess... I'm feeling ahead. I'm gonna snap. Now, if he's got some kind of Shang-Chi... Fenris Wolf situation, I might be feeling dumb here. They're staying. And there's the Misery. So they have, notably, 2 demons. This is important to remember. I always forget. Oh, and they got, actually, maybe they only got 1 demon. I don't know. And they got, Sacred Timeline as well. Oh, Doom and, Dr. Doom is pretty strong. So I guess I'm kind of afraid of them playing Fenris Wolf, because that can be a scary amount of burst. I guess this is a death. They have access to death now. But I feel like this just beats most things that they can do. I don't know. We'll let it ride. This is the kind of albatross of snapping early into a deck you just don't understand. Well, I tie. Oh no, I win left. Win left lane.
Power must be
We
controlled.
win left lane. Did they not afford a second? Oh, they didn't get the second demon. Hell yeah, casserole! That feels good. Yeah, it has got to feel bad to play Mill. Oh, that's a 6 split. And run into an Arsham opponent in the 5th and final Infinity Conquest. That said, Binks, notable 2023 World Champion Binks, has gone on record as being very anti-Mill of Mill. And so this could be one of those situations where, you know, that's not really the point. Oh, that's a cool thing to... Oh, that doesn't come out? I thought that came out. I could turn off Mindscape if I need to. There's the cable. So I guess they are trying to mill a little bit here. Here's a Red Hulk. That's pretty sick. Kind of want to snap here. effective, it'll snap here. And if they throw out a Red Guardian in the Stark Tower, we're still not that cooked because I have a lot of tools here. My opponent emptying out their hand in anticipation of a Mindscape. Little do they know, they're probably not going to have Mindscape. Here's that misery. There's my Victoria hand. Now, the question is, do I actually want to, like, leave Mindscape? On account of, they can't do a ton with the hand that I've got in front of here. I think maybe... I think maybe I'm fine leaving Mindscape up. They have a hand of 7 cards. That's a loss of power, tragically. Notably, they cannot... so they got Legion, Groot, I think Groot and Mobius, and some combination of that. Okay, they definitely do not have Shang-Chi. Well... Perhaps this? Can't imagine they stay and lose here. I hope they do. I can't think of what card would be in their deck that would allow them to stay and win. I don't know. Oh, they're staying. Oh, I think they might have just gave up. Oh my gosh, I think they might have just gave up. I hope they did. I'm in a pretty good spot. This would be my 4th Avatar of the season. And the 2nd one I've ever done on stream. We're in a good spot, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I think my opponent might have closed their client. Heck yeah. Heck yes. What did it ignominious? I don't know the word. Way to get my 2nd ever Avatar on stream. My 26th or 7th. I think it might be 27th ever. 4th of the season. Yes! Victory. Good evening, everyone. I had a question. How can we get the rewards for the Dark Avengers event Kavan, I think it's going to be sent automatically, and I don't think that that's happened yet. And please correct me if I'm wrong, because I certainly will be receiving the reward. I played during the event, used Iron Patriot, but I have not received either of those things. I guess I haven't checked my mailbox, but my assumption is that it will be simply sent to your inbox whenever they release it, which I don't know if they've said. Fidian, hello. And Kavan, welcome to the chat. We did it! We did it! Second ever Infinity Avatar on the stream. 27th in my collection. We take a screenshot of that. I save Elvis. I have 27 pictures of my various Infinity Conquest victories. Never gets old. As memories of my time playing Marvel Snap a whole bunch. Yeah, this is my 27th Infinity Avatar. The Jane Foster from the Deadpool's Diner event where I came in 7th in the world. And Kavan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Heck yeah! We got 1 or 2 left. I probably, depending on the length of time I stream, will probably be purchasing the Infinity ticket. I think I had 8 or 9 Infinity tickets, and I have won 4 of them. That feels good. And before we begin, let's knock out these Alliance missions. Pick up these Alliance missions.
Epic.
And we will take a moment to look at my collection of avatars and figure out what the next one could or should be. And let's see, actually, my UI is not always the best for this kind of thing. All right. Here are... let's take a moment and gaze upon the magnificence of my Infinity Avatars. I am so inordinately proud of myself for having done this. I used to really strive to finish my first one, and then I don't know what we've done here. And I wonder, actually, the new game mode has been announced. I don't know if it's as permanent as Conquest, and that's what I'll start doing, or what the rewards are. I'm just kind of waiting to see how that goes. But we must figure out what next avatar to get. I've been kind of thinking about the Dan Hip Eliath. However, I kind of like, this is personal preference, I try not to have more than one avatar for a specific character. The exception I'd have is Hellcow, because Hellcow is the avatar I used for much of my beginning part of my Marvel Snap career, and Pixel Hellcow is just so funny. Limited time event for 2 weeks. Okay, thank you for that information. I both hoped, but also feared that it would be a permanent thing, and I'd have to figure out what I'm doing with my life. 2 weeks is something that I'm comfortable absorbing. So the avatars that I like to get Infinity Borders are rare ones that you can't get anymore, or funny ones. And Kavan, I should add that I trust Finian knows what he's talking about. I certainly do not. I speak out of conjecture. So double check this information, just in case we're both wrong. I don't think that we are, but you're going to want to verify that. Yeah, so most of the avatars that I have gotten over the... Do I have Pixel Zola? I don't think that I do. I just have this one, which is funny. Actually, a candidate... I don't have an Arnim Zola yet, and this is a pretty funny one. Also, hello, the gamer guy. Good to see you. Yeah, so what I'm thinking about, and please weigh in if you have a strong opinion. Feel free to not if you don't. Is this Dan Hip Eliath, which is lovely, but not uncommon. This Arnim Zola, which is lovely, but not uncommon. Or, and we just scroll back here, something that I got in an early season pass. I don't know what that would be exactly, but something like... let's get it broadly sorted by age. Probably one of the rarest I have is this Snow Guard, because people didn't have... that's actually a candidate, because... so, before the spotlight system was implemented. The Snow Guard was trash, and then they added Snow Guard to a chest, and most people at that point did not have Snow Guard because she was trash, and then they got her for the first time in that chest, and I happened to get lucky and got her in a random cache back when you could get Series 5 cards that way. So this particular spotlight is pretty uncommon. Which card am I most looking forward to in the new season? Okay, man, I must... So, in my subjective opinion, I am pretty bad at predicting the strength of unreleased cards. I sometimes get it very right. I famously knew that Red Guardian was going to be sick and broken, and he was. But that's that's one of the few exceptions where I'm like, I think cards are going to be good, they're bad. I think bad cards are going to be good, and they're bad. So I don't really bother getting hype or not for the new cards. I don't know if it's what it's called. It's the bird that moves and summons a card from your hand. I think that's likely going to be abused, if not immediately. Yeah, I don't have these all committed to memory, tragically. I don't bother because I don't want to waste any oxygen thinking if they're going to be good or not, because I'm going to be wrong. All right, so yeah, and one of the rarest things I have is this Pixel Ironheart. It was something that you got like the second month of release or something. I don't know. I don't love any I'm running out of avatars that are any quote-unquote good. I think maybe we do this Snow Guard. Red Wing. I think Red Wing is the one... I'll say this. Red Wing is definitely the one I'm most excited about because I literally don't know the other cards. But I think like that kind of thing in card games, which is to say cards that can cheat. You get your mana out in advance or whatever. They are typically not just super powerful, but like they will continue to be powerful however long they exist. Luxie, hello. I won't spoil it for you if you're just now joining us, but I encourage you later to come back, watch the video, and see how the Infinity Conquest run that I just did went. But yeah, let's get back into it. With my last current Infinity ticket, I might buy more. We'll see. Keeping it going. I've been disproportionately sleepy and low energy today, which is not the energy you want to bring to streaming, but I'm doing it anyway because I need to get these tickets out of the way, and I figure why not. Luxie, I hope that you're having... Is it today Monday? Is it today work day? I hope that you're having a lovely day at work. Opponent snaps. My opponent maxed out at Platinum. I am not going to snap back, but I certainly could. Oh, God, I love to see Mill. Oh, boy, I hope Mill just keeps on coming. Oh, boy, Mill. Hell yeah, congratulations. Are you going to quit your job with... Oh, this is... are you going to quit your job with... what is the word I'm looking for? No... Oh, shoot. With, like, an alternative in mind, or are you just going to, like, let it rip? No, Blue Marvel's scary. Not gonna pretend like Blue Marvel isn't scary. Well, let me know as you need professional advice. I like to fancy myself a pretty smart guy. In the corporate arena, anyway. It would have been nice if this didn't fill up. Somebody else has followed me. It'll take a moment. That one chick, Jess, thank you so much for the follow. Yes, Finnan, she did. I think. I mean, I'll not put words in your mouth. Luxie, would you have hired this person if you were not intending on already leaving? Do you want to go through your personal work business here in the chat in front of everybody? We'd all appreciate it. I think we do this. now, notably, we have lost... Well, I guess, sorry. We have tied middle in the instance... no, we've lost middle. That's Iron Patriot. Well, how do you do? Just the bots filling up the right lane? I certainly can potentially win left with this. However... what is the thing? What is it called? Ultron right is a possibility. We're just gonna get out of here. Like, that's fine. My opponent is a rank 55 player and is running a zoo deck. We will live to fight another day. Yeah, and not that anyone asked, but I'll tell you anyway. I'm older than most of the people that sit in this kind of chair. And I have achieved a reasonable amount of professional success. And I'm here to tell you that everybody that is as successful as me and more successful than me, every single one of them, job hop. You don't just stay in one place. Every time you change your job, you get more and more salary and more benefits and more experience. And it's just almost objectively right. Obviously, there's exceptions to any rule. But broadly, that's what you want to be doing. Yeah, I don't love my hands here. And so, without getting into anyone's specific personal business, if you're on the fence and not liking your job terribly much and kind of think that you could do better psychologically or emotionally or professionally or financially somewhere else, you should do it. You should leave. Or line it up and then leave if you're more comfortable with that, but you should leave. Boy, just getting a bunch of crappy hands here. I would like to very much draw good and not have the lane fill up. Alright, well, I'm staying for one. I think that... Well, actually, is this my free retreat? This is game 1, 2, 3. I think I stay here. I remember, not like the first time, or maybe it was technically the first time, I don't know, but I remember I worked at Microsoft for many years, and I was taken care of very nicely, and I had a lovely time at my job, and I just kind of sort of randomly got a job offer at Electronic Arts of all places. And without breaking a sweat, their opening offer was like way higher. Well, not way higher, but like comfortably higher than I had at Microsoft. And, you know, if you just keep doing that, well, you're good to go. I can't see them getting taller than 11 here, but maybe they will. Ooh. Don't kill right. Yes. Alright, so... Thing is here. Actually, do I just want to do this? Thing is, whenever I play Death Strike and he plays another card, the mojo actually gets bigger temporarily, so the mojo doesn't die here. And I'm losing 5, and he's losing 2. The alternative is this. Mojo gets 7, he gets 6 power. So I'm adding 3 here, 14. He would add 5 power. I don't know if it has a card that could do 5 power. I'm doing this. Humorously enough, it's a tie. Actually, I think Lady Deathstrike might have done it for me. Now, tragically, his Blue Marvel allows him to win the lane there. This is not going well for our hero. I'm losing to pretty low collection level stuff here. He's got... Well, you know what I can do is snipe a Blue Marvel. I'm guessing we're going to see a Blue Marvel middle here. I'm reluctant to wait until next turn. But maybe that is the play here. No, the other play's too weak. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, and I think he's gonna play Blue Marvel middle in anticipation of an Ultron. But if I'm wrong, then we run. Hell yeah. Now, can we still beat an Ultron? This is the question. I turn off his Dazzler. Khazar is still a thing. You're absolutely right. And he's got unrevealed cards, and Khazar is a likely thing. But given that he played Blue Marvel middle, I don't think you play Blue Marvel middle if your intention was to play Khazar. And and also welcome Witch Pop. I'm thinking out loud. This is probably the play, which takes him down to 2 and takes me up to 10. So then, Ultron ties. This at 6. I think I do this. You know what? I think I do this and snap back. And if I lose, I lose. Which is fine, because we want to just kind of keep this going. But we're just not in a great spot here. Now, I think if that is Ultron, I win on points in a tiebreak. Oh, Shauna? Huh, well, I think that's still a win. Okay. Didn't see that coming.
Victory.
We take those. But I actually think about that sometimes, to go back to the kind of career thing. So I worked at Microsoft until 2013. And then I got my job at EA and worked there for a little under a year. And I don't love... Oh, perfect. It's like I don't love Elysium. But Mobius lets me turn that off for them. And so anyway, I had my last kind of salaried job for an employer in really 2013, 2014. And, I started Puzzle Break, and that worked out pretty well. But I wonder, I think about it sometimes. Had I stayed in technology and, gone to a different job in 2015, and then gone to a different job in 2017, and gone to a different job in 2019, and who the hell knows with the pandemic, but, would I have $1 trillion right now? I don't know. I'm going to do a not active Alioth with intent of Arnim Zola-ing it. And actually what we hope is that the bot that gets created goes to the right, and then Arnim Zola will make double copies. Damn it. Just kidding. Man, it's good. It's good to be the king. So if I do this, I just have one spot left next turn. So I think probably the play is just this. Actually, I think the play is this. No, because then that just fills. So yeah, we'll hang on. So this is 5. Plus 4 is 9, so this is just straight up the same amount of power without any kind of risk. So we're going to do Mockingbird, and then next turn we double doom and fill up the whole board. And I'm not even... Oh, there's the Khazar. I'm not even going to do the math. I have 1 billion points. Send it. Yeah, stayed too late at my first job when I was younger. Staying at the same job shows commitment of good work ethic. And, it certainly used to. That's, you know, a pretty consistent refrain that you hear from older people. I don't think everyone's making that up, but yeah, there was a shift, and, you know, companies weaponize that. I'd say individual teams, like you are helping them, and it's a whole thing. But yeah, it's just hard being a worker in the world, man. The world sucks. I suspect I'm going to have more power. And you know what? I did.
Victory.
And I should add, if you are happy in your job and you really like your team and really like the company and are satisfied financially, and, you know, like the commute is good and it's good and it's safe, you know, I'm not saying that one has to change jobs relentlessly, but you kind of need a lot of those things to be true in order for job hopping relentlessly to not always be the correct thing to do. And I completed no alliance missions there? Fine. Fine. But anyway, congratulations, Luxie, to maybe getting your foot one out yourself. Your foot, one foot out the door? Your foot out the door? I don't know words, man. As I said, a little sleepy today. Ah, perfect. Destroyer Wasp. That's what you like to see. My opponent? Omega. Okay. Yeah, I remember. So this is not at all the same thing. To be clear, this is not... You guys are quote-unquote winning on this, but I have an adjacent anecdote. So I worked, as I actually earlier mentioned, worked for Microsoft until 2013, and I had begun at Microsoft in 2006. I worked there for 7 years, and like 7 years of my first working life. I think I worked there from age like 23 to 30 or something. And by the end of my tenure at Microsoft, I was really burnt out, and I was working on projects that were just very stressful, and just overall was pretty unhappy as far as all that goes. Now, I remember distinctly when I had accepted the job at Electronic Arts, and they paid for... Oh, Green Goblin. Main deck Green Goblin? My word. No, the Hub Green Goblin. Not main deck Green Goblin. I don't think I can snap here. Although, you know, Destroyer Nimrod is pretty fun. I think I snap here because Destroyer Nimrod is pretty fun. And I will continue my anecdote about leaving my job and the feeling that I had and how it relates to you guys in a second. Ooh, look at that Thor. Alright, now, notably, Shadow King is pretty good. But I'm not going to be able to afford it and Destroyer next turn. And if I do the Nimrod play now, I can't afford the... So I think Thor is going to go off, is the moral of the story. I think we maybe do something like this. Oh wait, no, I can't shoot. Oh, he's just leaving. Navigating the Destroyer of it all was pretty challenging there. Maybe I should have thought a little bit further ahead. Anyway, I had accepted the job at EA, and they paid for not just the relocation, but like an extra trip down to like go house hunting, basically. And I remember landing at the San Francisco airport, and my job at Microsoft is behind me, and my brand new career at EA is in front of me. And I've rented a car, and I'm driving down, I guess this 101, I can't remember. And as you said, somebody said weight on their shoulders. Like, I could feel, like, the weight of my stress at Microsoft just falling away. And that sensation of driving down 101 on a beautiful sunny day in the spring/summer of 2013 is one of the happiest times I've ever been. And, like, my Microsoft job was lovely. It was perfectly lovely. Like, it wasn't even a bad job, but I still had these feelings. I was just pretty stressed about it all. It was great. It was great, and I hope that everyone should be so fortunate as to have that feeling in their lives, and I hope that if you find your way out of your job in a safe and fun way, that you experience the same. My hand is a little bit hot garbage, but we stay when it's free. Notably, not making Speed do anything. Can Jean Grey? Is Jean Grey anything? I don't think Jean Grey's anything.
Face the might of Asgard.
Ah, yes. I am belatedly clocking that Kamar-Taj pretty good for a Hammer Brothers deck, which is what I am assuming I am facing right now. So I'm going to do this, and I'm probably not going to win the lane, but I sure would like to be ahead. Now, actually, there's a risk that if they have Beta Ray Bill, they're putting it mid. I don't think so. They don't do that, right? I'm doing this here. Okay, good. Ah, well, maybe never mind. I was operating under the assumption that we had that location, and I was definitely going to be ahead Kamar-Taj next turn and give me discounted cards, but that probably is no longer true. Actually, now that I think about it, amusingly, I'm about to turn off whatever they play here, assuming they play it there, and then I get some pretty discounted stuff. There's an argument to me snapping back here. There's an argument to me not doing this, but I'm doing it. I guess we want to see a Jane Foster come down in Kamar-Taj. I'm still probably going to lose Kamar-Taj here. But I'm going to have a lot of tools to get over the top in the other lanes. Want to win in the lottery and foster kitties. Yeah, that would be a pretty sick job for people like you. I do not know what I want to do when I grow up other than travel a whole bunch. And as much as I love traveling, I cannot do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I'll tell you what, no, I do know what I want to do. I want to become a world-famous Twitch streamer and not even really play Snap. I just want to hold court. I just want to do chatting, talk about everything with the lovely people in the Twitch world, but I don't think that's to be. All right, Jane Foster for Thor, perhaps? Ah! No, that feels good. Do I snap? Should I snap? I feel like I should snap. I'm snapping. I don't know if this deck runs Shang-Chi. And what I would love to have happen is to not have priority and then have my various 10 drops survive. If I do Penny Parker and Red Guardian, that's 6 plus its 8 power. That's actually more power, isn't it? And I'd love to play Helicarrier, but that just really opens me to Shang-Chi and then anything mid. Shoot. I think maybe actually something like this is the play. Man, I don't know. This is just an auto lose. Hopefully my opponent is bad enough that if they have Shang-Chi, they snap back, and then I know that I'm losing. Oh, look at that. Well, that makes... It's actually better. Although, if they drew a Mjolnir, we're in for a lot of House of Pain here. But now, mid is suddenly a likely thing for me to win. Do I do this and hope that they don't have Shang-Chi? Or add 20 power... 26, so if he could be adding 8... No, it's just it's 6 twice, so it would be... God, I don't know how many hammers he has, man. I think I do this, and then I lose to Shang-Chi. We do this. Oh yeah, Hammer Odin is for sure a way to lose. But I'm not leaving for 2 cubes. For sure. If he snapped back, I probably would have left, but he would put me in a position where I would have had to think about it. No, yeah, well, that is enough to win. I was banking on him drawing no hammers, and he drew more than no hammers. Oh, wait! Oh, I thought I maybe won the tiebreaker there. Well, let's see. If I had... That's funny that the order happened like that. I would have had an extra 20, 33. Oh my god, I would have squeaked out a victory on the right. I mean, you can't... I think ultimately that's how that... This is fine. Funny game. Very funny game. Would have liked the result to be different, but funny is better than boring and good, I think. He definitely had his order off right, even though he won. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of just, to be perfectly honest, kind of phoning it in at this point, and it's not like on this stream specifically, but rather when I get to the end of the Infinity Conquest, or the end of the season, and I've gone burned through Infinity tickets, and I've won several times, I kind of stop caring. I care at the beginning. I can't allow myself to have a season without really trying and hopefully winning once or thrice. But once I've done that, it's who cares? Let Dove have his avatar, you know? I mean, I'm going to try to take it from him, but, you know what I'm saying. Sinister London, pretty good location for Hammer Bros. Luxie, if you're still there, did you interview multiple people for this job, or just the one person, and are they super good? Tell me about your excitement level about this new candidate. And again, to your comfort level, you're I'm gonna say shit, that's fine too. They were thinking about whether they wanted to turn off Atalan or not. Or turn off Sinister London or not. They elected to turn off not. Now, no, the good applicants. Yeah, I should have applied. Would you have hired me? I guess we put a Mobius down. I don't even know how much I really care. Oh, that's lovely. I appreciate that. I don't drink. I don't know if working at that kind of place works if you don't drink, and I don't have any kind of taste, as it were. Separately, I have a captive audience. I can talk about my car situation. So, nobody asked, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway. I am passively on the market for a new car. I say passively because I have a perfectly functional car. It's lovely. I actually really like my car. Everything about it is perfect and meets my needs. However, now is this too aggressive? I think I need to do... I'm going to do at least one Doom on Sinister London. And I can't snap here because Hammer Bros with Sinister London and Limbo is too scary. But we're gonna get one Doom now. Anyway, so I have a perfectly lovely car. Like it a whole lot. Totally paid off. It'll run for a lot longer. However, it is a Tesla automobile, and that's not something I'm like super comfortable driving in this situation. And so there is a particular model, like a specific car, technically two, but there's a specific car that I've got my eye on. I don't know. What is my opponent doing? Are they just planning a real sick final turn? Would have liked not Adelan to fill up. I'm not gonna play anything here. Oh yeah, no. The problem is I can't. The moment the turn begins, like my thought process is derailed, and I need to focus. And it's a Genesis GV60, and electric cars depreciate very, very quickly. Oh, you know, they can just etchery their hammer and make very big beta ray bills. And so a wonderful thing that you can do if you're purchasing a fancy electric car, and I should say fancy electric cars depreciate faster than anything else. Oh, well, I don't know if he liked that. He's going to have the world's biggest middle lane. Sure. I don't think he can beat this. Right? He can't make beta ray bills go anywhere else. I'm not going to snap. I don't think he stays. So the ideal thing when you're buying a fancy electric car is to get a ever so slightly used one. They've had a massive amount of depreciation, and you get an almost new car, and it's not a financial tsunami or what other natural disaster, self-inflicted gunshot wound in depreciation. And I have found an ever so slightly used Genesis GV60 in the region. It is under 5,000 miles. It's enormously discounted. But I don't need it. I don't need this car, and it has trade-offs. Like, it's a nice car. It's certainly nicer than my current car. However, it has less range. It does not have a tow hook thing, tow receiver, for me to move my electric bike. And so I'd have to, like, basically... Well, I mean, you could pay whatever. Let's say call it $1,000 and square that. But it has less range, and crucially, it uses the... I'm calling it older charge interface. So with my Tesla, you could just go to any supercharger anywhere on any road trip and just plug it in. It's super seamless. It's impossibly good. And you're on your way. If you don't have that, road trips become much harder, I think. I've never had a non-Tesla electric car, but, like, the infrastructure fucking sucks, I think, a lot. I've heard nothing but bad things, and you go to places and the charge ports are crowded or broken. And so what I'm looking at, the dilemma that I'm facing, thank you guys for your patience as I go through this anecdote, is I am looking at a lovely car that I would be very excited to own, and I would effectively be paying, I don't know, don't remember the exact number, but let's call it $50,000 or something after all in, for in some ways, a worse car. Like, and I don't want to spend that money if I don't have to spend that money. And I have a perfectly lovely car now. And of course, it's not all going in the trash. I would be buying, you know, spending $50,000 to own a $50,000 car and all that. I think this screws him up a little bit. We do this. This is maybe dumb. And yeah, it's really hard to circle that square. If my car was broken, I would do this immediately. But my car is not broken, and so I shouldn't do it. But you know, part of me wants to do it. All right, so there's a Stormbreaker. Here's an Odin that didn't hit the Stormbreaker. And there's a Thor. Not in a great spot here. Although Bruce Banner could pop off. So... could do something like this. Is this actually my... what am I in terms of losses here? I'm down 4. This would go down... What are the other cards that they could have? Magic and Psylocke and King Etri. I think we do this. And I lose a lot of the time, but I'm happy staying in for 1 extra cube.
Such
oh.
is my judgment.
Well, I lose. I lose even if Bruce Banner did pop off. Is that... oh, no, I had my own Super Scroll. That's funny. I'm like, why? I thought the lanes... but no, of course. Super Scroll makes... and that's a main deck Tribunal. Okay, good to know. What a funny deck. Yeah, anyway, so it's a weird first world problem to have. It would be much easier if my car were to spontaneously combust. Or if Elon Musk were to die. These would make it easier. If I could talk these folks into just giving me that GV60, that'd be great. Well, these locations really favor the Hammer Bros of it all. I think we do this. Don't think he's terribly interested in playing in Vibranium Mines. Well, there's an argument to forge this turn and then put Patriot or something in cloning vats. We'll see. A lot of weird lines that could go down here. Professor X is a cool card. So this is turn 3 for them. They could play Thor or a discounted Beta Ray Bill. I think I want to do... maybe like this. Drain the Mines just to mess with them. It's not untempting. Let's actually seriously consider that for a moment, because the next turn I could do, if I win this, I could do Forge Professor X on one of the other lanes. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to snap. Finland, you've inspired me. And this guarantees a win, by the way. I don't think there's any card that he can play that wins Vibranium Mines here. I guess I don't want them to throw it, and then my Professor X does nothing on these other lanes. We'll see. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Alright, so hopefully they didn't draw... I don't want them to be able to get over to Cloning Bats this turn. Actually, I guess... what I'm debating is if I want to save the Forge or not. And like make a bigger Professor X. I think that this is fine. Here's Beta Ray Bill. Hopefully this hits King Etri. Oh, he already did that, of course. That's it. You know, Shang-Chi's a pretty cool card. Oh, and you know, critically, I'm just now clocking, of course, they're running Tribunal. I should have thought of that before I just went all willy-nilly here. So we're going to do the Alioth here. I think. Yeah, I don't see another really easy line here. And notably, he has the hammer. So you don't know... Now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more... do I want to just completely throw middle? I don't know if I can do that because Tribunal, I need points middle. And like I could do like a cloak over there, but that gets a little bit dicey. I think maybe I kind of like that. Weird game. This is a super weird game. I hope I win, but even if I don't, like, you're just happy to play these weird-ass games. Now, crucially, my opponent has hammer in hand, and my Shang-Chi's going to do nothing. Unless, actually, they move over... I actually don't know how this interaction works. If they move over... does the Nidavellir extra... excuse me, does the extra Nidavellir power calculate with the move? I hope that it does. Yeah, I think... and I leave Professor X there in case he doesn't have Tribunal. If he does, I think maybe... I think we do this. I think that this is the play. The most winningest play. Whatever. Weird game. Good luck, everybody. Beta Ray Bill grow? Yes! Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Zap!
Controlled. The mystery intrigues me. Victory.
Easy game, easy life. Alright, well. Sunspot's good for killing. Although... boy, Legion and Jeff and Forge is a funny series of cards to have with Kiln going. I guess probably I should snap here, right? What's going on? The music is just jumping around like a crazy thing. Grandmaster Zabu business. Moon Girl and... Having to be able to have is this goes down by 4? Yeah, have a free Moon Girl into Jeff seems pretty strong. No, I can't. Yeah. I think that we're okay here. I just don't know if I should be playing the Jeff or not. Is that too cute? I think we do. I think because I very much want to win this location. And then this is what they call in the business a GG. Or good game, as it were. Just making sure I don't want to go a little bit nuts in other locations. No, I think that we're good here. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. Good night, Limbo, in other locations, and my opponent. My opponent's not having a good time. In fact, they're having a bad time. Perhaps a very bad time. I will take this a moment to observe my sick as hell Iron Patriot split. We'll actually move Jeff over. I don't know if you guys have properly clocked this truly godlike ink, rainbow crackle, and matte black border that matches perfectly the weirdly thick bezel of the Iron Patriot nameplate. Super chuffed about this split. It took a lot, but we got there. Dove ain't happy. I wonder... I mute all my opponents. I wonder if I'm getting emoted right now. I wouldn't be surprised if I was. Boy, what a weird... Just take a moment. I'm playing Arisham. And there's a kiln. And I have Forged Jeff Legion? Sunspot. What the heck? That's incredible. And I was able to get a free Moon Girl to maybe make double Jeffs if I wanted to do that? And I didn't have priority, so his magic turned off the other location, thereby turning off all the magics and dodging and all that. Because I would have felt pretty stupid if he magicked killed and I just made 3 copies of it, or I wasn't even paying attention to priority. They should have been. It all worked out. Deeply unfair for my opponent.
Victory.
But I point out to the viewers at home that for every time that happens, and you say to yourself, as a viewer of this Arisham player, or, God forbid, my opponent on the receiving end of that kind of Arisham nonsense, for every time that happens, the opposite also happens, where you just draw nothing or get deeply unlucky. It's just super common. You just don't see it as much in the highlight reels. The 8 cubes in a match, that's tough to do. You know, I'm going to grab that because nothing else is good. And I want that. And I'll take that. Alright, we're glad we grabbed that one. I actually can't drop any more missions. So if I need to get that one, might need to pop over to Proving Grounds. I really wonder what my... I don't... The tech back end of Marvel Snap and streaming I'm not very good at. I have no idea what my win rate is in any of this stuff. I wonder what it is. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, that feels real bad when that happens, and you know, you can kind of tell like you're in the zone, right? Like you're making the right decisions, and it just doesn't work out. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Now, my opponent has the card back that they played a bunch of Deadpool's Diner, but the highest they've been is 78. I don't know what to think. We'll do this. Acid Arrow, awesome. Not comfortable snapping, but I feel okay about my position right now. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. I'll go ahead and snap on that. I don't think he can get bigger than what I've just done there. I don't think... Plus Pim Arrow, that is. He's, you know, obviously going to be able to play some big boys. However, Mobius prevents a scar reduction. Crucially. Do I want a Ghost Spider? 4, 6, 7. I think I do. I think a likely thing is for me to high Evo mid and then Pim left. Patriot right. Although, oh shit, I'm just now clocking that, of course, I'm getting a card moved to the Great Web. That's important distinction, important business to know. I wasn't thinking about that. Now, notably, I believe that he can only play a single big boy. So I've won Great Web, and now I guess what I'm afraid of is a thankfully Arrow is moving Ghost Spider, so I'm good on Great Web. I think that we just do this and call it a win. I could lose here, but I don't see it. Win by 1 on tiebreaker? Oh, and it wasn't actually a tiebreaker. Alrighty.
Victory.
It's rare that you see an actual curve in an Arishem deck, but here we are. Hopefully not Shang-Chi. Not Shang-Chi. That's fine. Very happy to see that didn't go off, although we had Shang-Chi. Probably want to save Shang-Chi for something else, so, you know, less is more. I never get lucky with guessing Gamma Lab. I don't know, so, I mean, I get lucky. I'm luckier than your average person, if you believe in such a thing. But it doesn't happen with Gamma Lab. I'm not out here predicting Gamma Lab correctly ever. Oh man, there's argument to play in all the lanes. Do I want to deny Sakaar? Try and get bigger in Gamma Lab? I think I do this. I can get the draw next turn, and maybe he goes to the other 2 lanes. If I had Mobius in hand, I would probably do a different line, but I don't, so not. As predicted, he did not play anything Sakaar. I'm surprised that he didn't go Abby. I like that I played Korg turn 1, and he seemingly drew the rock immediately. Do I snap here? I feel like I am ahead. Also thinking about if maybe I want to throw right, but I'm thinking that actually Cosmo is a likely thing for him to put in the mix. So I'm going to contest right now with my Mockingbird. Infinite is a dumb, stupid card that I am sad to see. Okay. I intended to pass there and hope that he couldn't add 13 power mid, and actually that's not a guarantee. Oh, and they're out of here! Woo! We're doing it, folks. What a win rate. Can he be stopped? Yeah, probably. He probably can't be stopped. But the win rate is strong. Keeping it going. I am absolutely thrilled with the amount of mill that I'm seemingly seeing out of nowhere. I eat mill for breakfast, and I'm not saying that mill is necessarily bad, but it's kind of popular right now, which is a lovely thing for my deck. And I put in Shang-Chi in my Arsham list, which has not historically been there, and it's really, really, really working out. Speak of the devil. That said, nothing on turn 1 and 2 is bad, and we'll see if my opponent is the snapping type. 77. There's a lot of low, not low infinite, low ranked max players that I'm seeing. There's an argument to white queening here. I am instead going to Iron Lad and hope for the best. Actually, I'm not going to Yellow Jacket. I'm gonna, just because, you know, there's a, what is it, a 1 in 18 chance this picks up Doom 2099. And I don't know if the Yellow Jacket ultimately will matter with that 1 power. So we're doing this. Typhoid Mary says hello. That's pretty good. Kind of like snapping here. Is Sandman next turn, maybe? Or do we want to do it this turn? I think I'm going to Sandman next turn. And I don't think that there's any card that he can play middle right now that allows him to win. Although, Cosmo! Okay. So he's just completely thrown right. Mid. He's completely thrown mid. I say, I speak subjectively on lanes, so like I'm looking at Avengers Compound, and what I mean to say is that yes, left of that, right of that is where he's abandoned, but it's of course middle. So I might want to Shang-Chi this turn, but I think a very likely card for him to play is Armor or Cosmo. And if that happens, Do I want to just do Cosmo and then... Or sorry, Shang-Chi? No, I like this play more. Okay. Cosmo as predicted. Now, a problem here is that if he plays a big, nasty boy on the right lane, it goes down a power, and Shang-Chi actually doesn't win, because he kills Typhoon Mary, and then the guy grows. So, I have a couple of choices here. I could Shang-Chi here. He can't armor, notably. But that loses to a Scar in the right lane. Or I could play big card, like, just try to get over the top. I think I just have to do this. I think I have to do this, and if I lose, I lose. And I don't lose to what's it called? 12 power cards. I lose to Scar, or a 10 power card specifically, and if he has that, I think I just have to take the L. We need that to grow. Fuck!
Power must be controlled.
If he won that, I win the lane. That's so amusing and aggravating at the same time. I wasn't thinking about Ares as a 12 power card. I need to begin thinking about that, but yes. That was another lose condition, as if he played an Ares that lost the coin flip. It's fine. I'm happy with how he played that ultimately. I would have, like, definitely lost. The other line I was thinking of would have lost earlier, as it were. I would have put the Shang-Chi in the left lane and just gotten Cosmo'd, and that would have been all she wrote. This is probably a skedaddle. Sure. The problem here is that I can't, like, throw Gamma Lab entirely because he can very easily get huge in another lane, and so I need to contest it. I just would have been nice to have a different card. Now I can get very lucky with the negative of it all, but this is kind of just what we're talking about with the Arsham of it all. It's just not ideal a lot of the time. I think I like just a Death Strike for points here. The alternative is actually maybe this is stronger. Because I do ultimately need to play on Castle Zemo. I think we do this. This is now what I want to do. Oh, well, that just eats my tiny card. My opponent, again, kind of allergic to snapping. He's quite ahead. And if he snaps, I have no choice but to leave. Adding a paltry amount of power. I basically need Shang-Chi to happen to have any shot at winning. And if I'm him, I need to be careful about Cosmo right now. Cosmo is a guaranteed loss right now, so I'm doing that left because I don't think that he's going to play it there. Alright. My own Arashim Cosmo. Yeah, we're leaving. I'm not even retreating later. Retreating later is correct, like, basically objectively, but my opponent would never leave there, so let's save some time. Did Second Dinner release a trailer for the new season? Tried searching last night, but didn't find anything. The new trailer came out like an hour and a half ago. It's brand new. People are very excited about it. I have not not yet watched it. I actually don't even really watch the trailers. I watch summaries of what's happening in the trailers.
Gotta run, hun.
But yeah, there's a new game mode. They're giving out more free stuff. They're doing a everyone's very excited for the I don't know, the economy of what's coming up. You're gonna get like free Series 4 and Series 5 cards. Okay, so this I was considered not playing on Vormir because maybe he plays armor there later and I don't have anything die. But the fact that he played on Vormir right there means that he does not have armor in hand. Oh yeah, character mastery is coming. I don't think that, correct me if I'm wrong, but they have not like given specifics on character mastery yet. I'm very interested in knowing how that works, and I really just haven't. Yeah, that's a problem. I have not been paying that close of attention because it's not that interesting until I know how it works. Ooh, Venom. I could get out of this one yet. Question is, do I want to? I guess this. Now, the nightmare here. What I'm going to be playing is Sasquatch Venom, or Mockingbird Venom, I guess Sasquatch Venom. The nightmare and very likely thing for them to have is Cosmo. Or armor. They would have had to draw armor, but I think that that's a likely thing for them to play right now, and that just and then I just lose. But if they don't do that, I'm in an okay spot here because I got Shang-Chi and I've got big ol' things. Yeah, and do you get ranks with upgrades or boosters or I'm so curious. Fuck! Probably could have seen that coming. It's hard to play whenever you just miss. Now, notably, he's got a 16 power Ares in his hand right now. So what I would need to do to win is for him to play into a lane that I correctly predict with Shang-Chi and then win the other one with Mockingbird. But he could also have Scar, so...
Escaped.
Yeah, I'm curious the economy of it, because I have been playing since basically retail, and I wonder if the way that I have developed my collection, I have level 30 mastery immediately, or if that's something you kind of got to start over. Ultimately, this is why I don't even bother paying too much of attention to the trailers. I just wait until the information exists. Excuse me. All right. I think I snap here. Yeah, I'm snapping here. Because I need to start winning. And hard to get better than curving Patriot Doom. Other Ares cost 3, I believe, too, so they could just plop Ares Cosmo in the second lane. I did not clock if their turn 1 Zabu worked on Ares. But ultimately, it didn't matter. I was losing on a ton of... Oh, thank God. I was losing on a ton of points, no matter what. Now, notably, it's not actually that important that I win the Iron Patriot lane, because probably I'm just playing one card a turn. Yeah, we like to see that. Oh, hey, Dr. Doom, welcome to the party, and their Cosmo's gone. So I'm definitely winning this game. It's just a matter of hopefully he gives me all 4 cubes instead of 2. And if he beats me on power with this situation, I'm never going to win. We just never happen? And if my opponent is a god and throws down armor in the... Okay.
Power must be
Okay. Ah, 2 power! Got a couple of 1-drops coming my way. Wait, what? Did I see that right? Was the power of my top 3 cards? I thought I had 2. That's a 7. I don't understand. It's a goblin. Wombat combat? Of course, it's a goblin. I feel dumb. Now, what I'm thinking about is, do I want to Legion Panopticon right now? I think I just do this.
Doom rules all.
Now, notably, Scar is the thing that would be discounted, so I don't think that they can play a ton of stuff. We'll just do this. Add surprise power that he's not seeing coming. I mentioned he leaves here. I can't fathom a series where he stays and wins, or stays and thinks that he can win. Yeah, we're good on that.
Victory.
Also, welcome, Wombat Combat. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you all for hanging out. This has been a pretty successful run of Infinity Conquest so far, though notably, excuse me, not doing so good in this particular series. We do sell to beer and pizzeria. Ah, good to know. Good to know. Lady Deathstrike? Okay. Uh-oh. Havoc, not what you want to see on turn 2. I don't quite know how this works. Do I just stay on 3 mana? I don't remember. I'll be playing 1 card a turn on, I think I do want to do this here. One actually does not have a terribly easy way to get me nil. Amusingly enough. Ah, I'd like to see a miss. Now we want to sit a couple of crossbones. A couple of crossbones, please. That's fine. Also fine. Now, this is actually only adding... this is adding not very much power at all. And if I add Cloak, he kind of can move stuff around. I don't love either of these plays. The alternative's doing nothing, and I think that that's worse than doing something. I don't know. Hello, Beesworth. It's tough. I might be throwing by playing Cloak, but I also might be throwing by not playing Cloak. I'm doing it, because I guess it gives me options. I don't know. I'd like to see that go... Fuck. Wanted that to go to the right. Now, my opponent has Arrow. It's the one card that they are getting. And I think that's enough for them to win, because I've got 3 mana on my side of the board. Although, perhaps they don't see that coming. I guess if they're smart, they could just move. Well, no, because I'm still... I'm staying. And, you know, I don't think that he thinks that I can get big enough in the right lane. And here's the thing. Havoc's going to tie, and I think I'm going to win on points if this card's go... I guess these cards could go middle, but if they... Yeah, they needed to both go right. Oh, well. That was a tough series. Got pretty unlucky. Except for that one game where I got super lucky. You kind of want the reverse to happen. This one?
Epic.
Alright, now... Although I've used all of my Infinity tickets, I can still buy one. I mean, you can still buy more, but I can buy one with the medals. And for those of you watching, you might see that I bought that Infinity ticket for 200 medals. It normally costs, I think, 400 or 500. And that's not... That's notable, because when it only costs 200 to buy an Infinity ticket... Wait, why does it not... Okay, there we go. Just by queuing up, just by entering the Infinity Conquest, you see, you get 200 medals. So you're automatically refunded the cost of buying that ticket in a way that is... This is true only for this month for the first time. Yeah, Beesworth, it's conceptually not that complicated. You just... Both players are trying to win 2 out of the 3 lanes, locations, call it what you will. That's it. Add more points to 2 of those 3 locations and you win the game. Now, there's a lot going on in how you do that, but that's all it is. My opponent, max rank 55, with Black Widow in their hand. Not Black Widow, Black Cat? Is it the cat card thing? In their hand. Not in love with my hand here.
Have that.
I think we probably run here. We can win there. What is their 4-drop? If they do... Yeah, okay, well, certainly not playing for 4. I would imagine what that means is Ghost Rider, but if they're not thinking, they would play Ghost Rider middle, and that's actually what I beat there. Whereas Ghost Rider in the other 2 lanes is kind of checkmate, but I don't know if a 55 max rank player would clock that. In any case, I'm going to be in more better positions in future games, so let's not go crazy. Hey, Makari, can I ask you to go left, please? Perfect. That's pretty sweet Giganto avatar. Well, I'll just go ahead and snap on that one. The thing is, what lane do I want to play for? I think I may be better off playing for Mojo World, but I kind of want to start making sentries. I can make sentries later. Do this. My opponent stays. absolutely an argument to not playing Sauron here, but I'm doing it anyway. And crucially, Dr. Doom not going... What is happening over there? Do they have location-changing powers? I'm a little confused. I don't think this deck runs location-changing powers. I'm gonna feel real stupid if that's what happens right now. If I lose a bunch of cubes to a 55 max rank player with crazy location-changing powers on their Hela deck, well then so be it. And they've earned the victory. I guess maybe Magneto's one of their cards? I don't know. Legion's a fun thing to play when I'm actually losing here. Alright, so we do this. And we do... I can't... Actually... I think maybe we just do this. And let's see, does Magneto cause problems? No, we only lose one card on the left. And we're still quote-unquote ahead. I think maybe they're trying Magneto stuff. Wait, what am I doing? I should be doing this. This is the play. And if they stay and win, oh my god. Well, they're staying. Is this just a Hela and let Jesus take the wheel? It's a Hela and let Jesus take the wheel.
To me.
It's a casserole, folks.
Victory.
And they're gone. Okay. That's fine. Complete alliance thing? We did not. We did not. And I'll take a moment. As a not terribly... Popular is not the right word. Viewed streamer. I appreciate you guys all hanging out. It's so good to have you guys here. You're the best. Argument absolutely to snapping on Doom 2099. I'm not going to do that. Also an argument to not playing Maria Hill. I think I am, period, not going to play Maria Hill. Now my opponent, Arisham Enjoyer, max rank 78. Alright. Actually, do we want to... This Loki. I think Loki... Maybe we do Loki. Loki Snap. Loki Snap. Perhaps they are a Doom 2099 enjoyer, and I will get more Dooms 2099. Which is the plural of Doom 2099. It's not Doom 2099s. It's Dooms 2099. Ah, that's not what we want to see. We do not want to see deep space. But that said, Iron Lad, I don't actually know if you can tell. Oh yeah, no, of course I was like Iron Lad is it's in their deck, which probably means that this is a Doom 2099 deck. Were I to guess. They have Infinite? What the heck is their deck? Deeply confused. I'm going to play the Iron Lad here, just in case it's some sort of Lady Deathstrike business, and I would rather it hit here. It's going to move left regardless. But we're just going to do this. We're hoping that's not what's it called? Actually, that's better. We're hoping that this is not Lady Deathstrike. Or no, fuck. What is the words? We're hoping that that was not Red Guardian. That's the words. All right, we just do this. Now there's a main deck Super Scroll, so I'm guessing that that means that they are a mirror, and you don't love to see Super Scroll in the mirror. But I'm about to take out Super Scroll in the face. Goodbye, Super Scroll. It's actually closer than it should be. Do I like Blue Marble more? Do I like, It's an Arishem Doom. Let's just take a moment and see what it ate. Main deck Legion. That's the only intel I have here. So we're playing either Legion or Blue Marble. And need to figure out what lane we're playing it in. I guess it's probably this is the play we want to do. It's actually an extra 4. It's supposed to do an extra... No, this is more power. Like, I'm throwing in the right lane, but I think that ultimately this gets me big enough that he can't really compete in these other 2 lanes. Need, like, Absorbing Man? Oh, no.
There's no strings on me.
I am pretty sure that is a main deck Infinite. I guess... Oh, you know what this is? It's, I forget that this is an Arishem... There's an Arishem shell for, Location Deny. It's got, Storm and War Machine in the deck. And I just didn't see those cards. And when you got War Machine, you run Infinite. Rogue is pretty cool. When they've got their War Machine business. Asteroid M, welcome to the location bashing algorithm. Goliath is a pretty funny card. Halfway Mary is like tempting, but also kind of sucks. Where are they playing this turn, I wonder? Here? I think I kind of want to play it this turn. So I will. Damn it. Well, I guess I didn't want to turn those off anyway. Well, this is a little bit of a Sophie's choice with the Blue Marvel / Ebony Maw. Both of these are going to move over there anyway. So what I'm going to do to hedge my bets is maybe Rogue on the last turn, in hopes of stealing Blue Marble without locking myself out. There's a Dracula. Now it's going to move. And notably, he's got Dracula in his hand. And Arishem. I think is the likely thing that Dracula is going to get. Actually, might just do this now because literally all my cards are going to move over anyway. And I think I just lose or win based on whether Rogue hits Blue Marvel or Ebony Maw. Or I could just... I might have to just throw it, because even if I steal Blue Marvel, I'm very likely to face an additional 7 power, so I think I just do... I think I just do this. Now, notably, the many 2 and 3 drops, 3 and 4 drops that I want to be playing in the middle are going to move over to Asteroid M, which is a problem. I think I just have to run here. I don't see a path to victory that doesn't require a ton of luck, so we'll just retreat later. That's fine.
Escaped.
That's fine. What time is it? 416. Deathlock, perfect. Well, you like a curve. Let's do this. Zabu, left lane. Ebony Maw, left lane. Rex Deorum. Damn. There's speed. Well, speed's growing with the sweet curve here. I kind of wanted to play in the right lane, and I'm choosing not to, and I wonder if that's going to come bite me in the ass. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Is cost reduction something? Let me get Deathlock out of here. Debating whether I want to blow up my own raccoon there for board space. I choose not to. See if I regret that. That's weird that they didn't play that card on Hope Summers. Nice. Oh, they actually, it's a main deck Blue Marble. I wonder if they have a low collection, though. I really don't know what they're... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Is it Eliath? I think it's Eliath, because next turn I want to do some interesting thing with threes. Or is this where they play that? I think maybe this. I think this is a likely thing to be good. No, that didn't matter. That did matter. Actually, it doesn't matter because Red Guardian is a good card. Perfect. Let's do a little of this. And then the question is, do I want to be putting speed in the right lane, or actually do I want to completely throw mid? I think that this is the winningest play. I'm a little scared of them abandoning left, and so I want to be adding power to the other lanes. There's a very real possibility that I narrowly lose a couple of things here, but I think that this is the right play. I don't see him winning left and then having enough points to win the other two lanes. Angle Boomer Snap. Didn't realize I hadn't snapped already. Maybe I should have. I don't know. My mind is slowing down a little bit. Playing a lot of Marvel Snap today. If I lose, I lose. What is this one card? Arnim Zola? No, that's not going to do it.
Victory.
Arnim Zola would have been cheeky there. Would have lost, but it would have been cheeky. I don't even know what game in the series I am. I think I'm on maybe 2. This is maybe match 2. Might be match 3? I don't know. I don't know. I'm out of Topo Chico. A little half sip of Topo Chico. Separately, I am putting a hurt on my opponent. But I like conceptually an Orisham Doom 2099 Storm Legion kind of location lockdown package. I don't think I'm putting Infinite and Ebony Maw in that list, but though that's a fun series of cards. I couldn't make that work at the beginning of the season. That's kind of what I tried to do. Just kind of quote-unquote regular Arashim is just working much better. Well, it's not a great card to play when you have Aunt May's on the board. You can just do that later. So a get a little cute with Legion. Might be doing that. Might be doing some Legion shenanigans next turn. I'm going to, what's it called? Snap. Because I want him to play for all his marbles, and I think that this probably lets me win. I'm going to have a free Mockingbird, and I can grow the Sunspot in the right. He does nothing. I guess that means an Infinite is coming. If I were to guess. Now, I think that I want to be... Hello, Flugen. Good to see you. How are things in the art world? Is that for academia? I don't know. I don't know the right way to call that. I think they're kind of like floating here. I'm expecting an Infinite this turn. And I'd very much like to be able to beat that in the right lane. I can do that with some floating. Here's the Infinite. Now, is this too zany? There's many permutations of his hand that this is checkmate, and there's many permutations where this is really dumb. For example, if he has Shang-Chi in anything, this loses. But... actually, we could do something like this. That wins that lane. This is 4. This is enough. I think this is the right play. They themselves might have Mockingbird, but if they have Mockingbird, then probably I was going to lose elsewise. So I think we're just going to do this and send it. And I believe we win, ladies and gentlemen. You were not anticipating the float of 4 mana. Oh! Oh, nor were they anticipating the M'Baku from the top rope. That did not matter, but is always good to see. So that was match 2 of that. Racking up the points. Yeah, I don't know if our alliance is going to get to 48. I'm doing my best, but it is.
Epic.
It is hard to carry the burden alone. There's a couple people here at the bottom that just don't play the game. Would very much like if they played the game or got out of the alliance in favor of people that do play the game. That said, the alliance reward this week is just something that you can buy, which is always fine. It's whenever it's things that you cannot buy with in the game that makes it annoying when we can't get it. Cable boosters, perfect. Keeping it going. Once again, I have no idea how to look at Untapped and tell you my Conquest win rate. I think it's pretty high. Well, that Kitty Pryde avatar is one that I might consider getting infinited because it is not a terribly common one. And I have it. Well, that feels bad. You don't like that very much.
Hello.
Anime Hawkeye. What's the deck today? It is very similar to what I have been running, which is to say, boy, would very much like to do Doom here, but I actually think board space is going to be an issue. This is Arsham Doom 2099. I've been running this for a while, maybe 3 months at this point, but Shang-Chi's in there. Yeah, I think I have to do this. I'm guessing Acid Arrow is something we're going to see. Ah, yes. Very good. Now, I think I snap here. This is going to be pretty devastating. And I'm glad I didn't do 2099. It was very, very tempting, but ultimately incorrect. All right, goodbye, Goblet Acid Arrow. It was so great to have you. But I think you should go home. And then Doom into Doom is pretty good, probably. I guess I don't want to see, what is the card? Annihilus would be a huge bummer, but I think I would snap back if they had Annihilus. I guess we don't want to see Viper middle and then the Doom bot gets made middle. Perfect. Perfect. Now, thing is, I actually want the Doombot. And they have priority. So if they play left, Titania goes to my side and then jumps back, but then I get the Doombot in that location, which is preferable. So I think we just do this. Not quite sure what beats me here. I imagine there's all kinds of jump crap that could, but we'll just do this. It's a very lucky Odin I got. Now, critically, because I took Killmonger out of this list, Junk is one of the hardest matchups for this list, and I do not have tremendously high hopes for me long term. You gotta get lucky. Like that Valentina still. You got to get lucky and have your opponent give you cubes when they shouldn't give you cubes, and I was able to sneak one in there. But you got to get really lucky to beat Junk with this list. And this hand, not doing it. All of these cards, I don't want to... It's going to actually kill Doom or Eliath because Mockingbird's going to go down to an odd cost, but I can't play nothing this turn. I don't even know what I want to... They have a Shadow King, main deck Shadow King, I think is what I just saw. Debating whether I want to be Wickening for mana efficiency. Thing is, I think I'm likely going to win the Vault because I intend to Juggernaut next turn. And I can Juggernaut Mockingbird next turn, so we're going to do this. And I just anticipate... Ah, well, this is fine anyway. Just kidding, we are not Juggernauting. Next turn, we're Juggernauting this turn. And you know what, that's fine. I guess the thing we don't want to see here is... magic. Like a magic, I've just been winning. Just winning games because I'm awesome. Yeah, magic, what is the words? Debris. Magic debris is not something you want to see. Okay. Well, this isn't good. Try to get cheeky with, This decks don't often run Hobgoblin. That's good intel. I'm glad he gave me that information for free. So I'm expecting, Cannonball just beats me here, so we're out of here. And Cannonball's a likely card for them to have. Oh, and another kind of addendum, if this was not abundantly clear. I'm playing a Junk Clog opponent, and that is maybe tied. No, it's not the hardest. It's the second hardest counter to my deck in the game. I need to get very lucky to beat this opponent. And so far, it's been medium luck. And you need a very good luck. Well, that's good. I have Doom and Doom, but Junk makes Doom and Doom not very good, you know? I'm actually not going to snap here. This is the tragedy of a Junk opponent is despite having, like, this hand is so snap worthy in most other situations, but I can't do it here because, you know, stuff like that. Kind of don't want to give him the extra mana, but I don't know if I have an alternative to... I guess I could try and, like, junk them a little bit with Red Guardian stuff. I think we just do this. And notably, whenever you're playing a junk opponent, you do not have to play one card a turn. You can do multiple things to mess around. We very much need our bot to go right. Okay. We were a bit sunk if that did not happen. Still not in a good spot, but we were more not in a good spot last turn. So this gets us to tie. Still not in a good spot. See, how big are the Doombots getting? Only making one additional Doombot if I... we just gotta do this. I'm afraid of Hobgoblin. I'm guessing if I'm him, I'm gonna Hobgoblin right. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. No, that's fine. Now, thing here is my opponent doesn't have Cannonball anymore. So this is adding... this is the equivalent of... yeah, I guess he could have Goliath. I think I have to... I'm not going to snap here, but I think I have to play this out. 1, 2, 3, 4... It's going to be... This is a 10 power card right now. The alternative is to try and get lucky with a Gambit. I don't think that's right. I think we just do this and ship it. And if they have, like, Red Hulk or something... I don't know how big they could get with just their deck. They have the extra mana, tragically. But they do not have the Cannonball. Ah, well, Gore is pretty big. I think Gore cooks us. Enchantress would have won. But that's a pretty hard line to find. Yeah, I guess Enchantress would have been 3 fewer power? 11? Yeah, maybe that was right, because if he can beat me... If he can beat 14. He can't beat... There's not a ton of permutations where he can beat both 11 and... Excuse me. Can beat 11, but not 14. Now, that's important intel that Gore is one of his big cards. Of course, that's an expected card, and probably should have thought about it for a second more, but that's a likely thing. Just gotta get lucky, man. My opponent needs to be a little bit more aggressive with the snapping. It's a pretty terrible location. Something one might snap on, perhaps, if they were facing an Arishem opponent. But letting me draw for free. Even better for my opponent. They still not going to snap? This is some wrong snapping 101, ladies and gentlemen. There's a real subjectivity to snapping in a lot of cases, but like this ain't it. Like, you should be snapping here. I'm getting all of these free draws that allow me to weasel my way out of this, and I shouldn't be allowed to do this. Tribunal is actually kind of interesting because the nature of Junk wants to get big in 2 lanes. Thing is, a likely thing for them to do is Viper left right now, and that's bad against this. I just want to surprise with the. I guess I got time. I'm gonna do this. No, maybe Viper mid is what they do. But does this even help with Viper mid? Yeah, I'm gonna do this because I think Viper mid is maybe what they're thinking about doing. And if Viper left, like, I'm gonna lose anyway. No, it was Viper left. I think Viper mid was the correct play there.
Doom rules all.
So, yeah, God, this is terrible snapping. So here's the thing: is my opponent is like, okay, I know what I have to beat in the mid and the left, so I'm not even going to try for the right. So Tribunal was an out here. Now that said, I don't have the numbers to get big enough, so I'm not going to try. But there was a path here where I could have won it. I'll say this: if I shouldn't have retreated later because my opponent snapped that turn. If I beat this opponent, I'm comfortable making the following sentence: if I beat this opponent, it's not even that I got lucky, because I kind of would have had to get lucky to some degree anywhere. This opponent beat themselves by being really bad at snapping. If I lose. Excuse me. If they lose. This is a pretty unfavored matchup, and they are just let me play. I should be out of this by now, I guess is the point. And I'm not. It's weird. I'm gonna snap on that. Junk's best location. I'm not snapping on that, everybody. So I can Negasonic Teenage Warhead their arrow, but then I'm full and they're not. I think I just have to do this and hope that they didn't get an arrow or have a Green Goblin. Guessing that's Green Goblin. Yeah. What can you do? Junk's real hard. And now they got a copy of the Green Goblin. Odin, one time? Now let's see them draw some cards. Actually, they didn't. They didn't draw cards, so that's something. Now, notably, they have Green Goblin. I think they're going to play it left, which is okay, because I can Death Strike, and so I'm going to do this to protect, like, against the next turn's thing. But it's like they need to be snapping by now. So now, Deathstrike. Problem is, this Cannonball makes this just really hard to win whenever you've got a full lane. I guess they do have to win the other two lanes. Cannonball doesn't just automatically win a lane if you kind of distribute it like this. I'm now afraid that that's Titania something in the is that Viper? Is Viper coming? Okay. Yeah, I can't beat Cannonball. But I got to see all those turns for free, everybody. Like, I could have drawn out very easily. But boy, it is tough playing junk with this list. Really need to get like, and I even had Deathstrike and both Dooms. Just didn't work out. When you're beating this list, and they have Lady Deathstrike and both Dooms, you're in a good place. Amusingly enough, Null is 0 here. Null got a Gwenpool hit, but Lady Deathstrike killed the Hood, or Green Goblin, bringing it back down to 0. Yeah, Central Park and Expansion. Again, boy, this is hard. I was never going to win this series. Again, there's maybe I would say at this point a 4% chance I win this series. But yeah, this is not helping. Yeah, and then it just is what it is. The flip side is they're so passive with the snapping that I'm kind of quote unquote getting that for free. So there's what I'm kind of comparing it to is that's another great location for them. I have Legion, please. What I'm kind of comparing this to is if this same opponent had these cards in these locations and like was good at snapping, it would be significantly more infuriating. As it stands now, still fine. Here's their Viper gone. Like to see that. Oh, Gore would have been real cool to have. A discounted Taskmaster, I don't even know if that's that useful. No, that's good. That's good. Now, they have 4 cards in their hand. What I'm thinking about is if I want to make us discard 2 cards each. I think I kind of do. And I also need to get more power over here on the right. So I don't want Coulson to go away. Coulson and Red Skull were the 2 worst hits, if that's what's about to happen. Okay. Glad that Coulson survived. Now, would have liked that rogue to hit a Gore. Ah, Super Scroll's good for Gore. And we must remember... we gotta play Coulson this turn. We must remember that... my opponent, 2 cards in their hand, does not have Viper. Okay, that's good. That's good. Phoenix Force is destroyed. Do I have destroyed cards? Discarded cards. here's kind of what I'm thinking. If they hobgoblin middle... and I let that through. I just lose middle, and then I have to lose another. So I'm doing this to just basically not get clogged. And then if it's debris in the right or the left, then, you know, of course. But I think we do this. All right. Well, with any luck, I can play another card here. I can't play another card here. Oh, wait, yes, I can. Well, this is tricky in that I can Super Scroll... I guess I do have to do this. This looks very stupid. No, no. I should have activated my Black Swan last turn. So this looks very stupid. I have the choice, this is a very funny thing, of copying their gore and winning one of these two lanes convincingly. Or killing their gore and just adding 2 naked power that is nothing. And I think that I have to do this. And the reason is I still get over the top limbo. I'm afraid of Cannonball. We're just doing this. And I'll activate this. And if I lose, I lose. But this is like the most winningest play. Good luck to me. Okay, I should be good here.
Power must be controlled.
And just like that, it's even.
Victory.
Crazy. That really required me to draw any card that was 3 or fewer. 4 or fewer. Why did I have 8 mana then? Oh, because it's certain. And there was a world in which I just drew another big fat card and I throw my computer off of the cliff there. I do not normally get salty about this, but I have been getting pretty unlucky in this series. Coupled with the fact that I'm facing this opponent at all. And I should also count my blessings, not for nothing. That I'm not facing a Cassandra Darkhawk deck. I played, you know, it's not common in the meta, and it used to be much more common, and, you know, it's not overly good broadly, but it just murders this deck. It just absolutely kills this deck. And it used to be around, and now it's not around, and I'm like, fine, but it, I ran into it. I was in game 4 of a series, or match 4 of a series, and I ran into a Cassandra Nova, and good night, folks. So doing stuff with Castle Zemo is pretty fun. That might be my ticket to victory here, if I can make Zemo happen, or sorry, Legion Zemo happen at the right time. It's actually cool to have Ironheart right now. We'll do this, a little of this business. What are these cards? I'm guessing 2 arrows and something? I don't know. So excited. Now, oh, that's clever. Crucially, I think I have a priority here. Do I? No, fuck. They took the. That's a bad thing to have happened there. So what I can still make this work. I would very much like to leave Xandar open, so if they play my surprise, whatever, next turn, Surprise Legion, But that said, if they throw down Hobgoblin this turn, then I'm kind of hosed. We do this. We do this and hope that I can Legion Zemo. And yes, this is going to be good. But I don't have priority, so the Zemo of it all isn't actually that useful. No. I have to play. Well, actually, now that I think about it, maybe the trick is not to instead do this. This, I think I've won. In your face! Whoo! Wow.
Victory.
Wow. Thank you, Hobgoblin, for filling up the Spider Island in the middle. Thereby guaranteeing that my stuff moved correctly. Boy, that was awesome. Yeah, it's hard to beat Jumpman. Well, they were mechanically a good player and amongst the worst snappers that I've ever seen. No shade against my opponent. They did play well. They had no idea that the thing I did last turn was coming. But I was able to beat them in the series because they were so passive with the snapping. That felt real good. Real good. Real good. Keeping it going. Actually, what I want to real briefly do is... what I'm trying to get... I have tons and tons and tons and tons of boosters on all of my cards. Except a couple. Like, new ones and ones that I'm actively trying to upgrade and just run out of boosters. And that current card is... Ravonna Renslayer. And I can upgrade her every 8 hours with the shop, but I still have to get lucky with the variants, and it's annoying. So I'm going to be buying random boosters here. And the likelihood of getting 155 boosters for Ravonna Renslayer is extraordinarily low. But it's not 0, so we're going to try it. We'll do this, I guess, 5 times. 1. Nope. 2. Nope. 3. Nope. I did actually... All the 3 of those cards I do kind of like boosters on, so that's fine. That's fine. 4. Nope. And lastly... 5. Nope. It's not to be. That's fine. Keeping it going. Keeping it going. Oh, my eyes getting a little bit crossed here. Helbrecht. Helbrecht is a good player with a not Orisham list. Hopefully not Junk, and hopefully not Cassandra Nova / Darkhawk. These are the things we want to see the least. My favorite thing to see is Mill. Love to see Mill. And what else do we love to see? don't know what actually other objective, Arishem dumpsters on this. I don't mind seeing negative decks because I've got Mobius in my list. Mobius. Well, discard's not bad either. Oh. Well, that's not ideal. You also kind of like to save Red Guardian for Dracula, but I'm going to get this hit now while I can. Now, notably, assuming that this goes like I imagine it to go. Oh, it's this thing. Yeah, well, we're probably cooked anyway. I don't think that this deck runs Proxima. Maybe it does, but whenever there's a bar with no name, frequently Proxima takes people by surprise. So that said, Mobius actually does conquer this list a little bit because it prevents swarms from being reduced, and so Bullseye doesn't actually discard 1,000 cards. That said, the bar with no name is enough to kill us here, and we're probably going to retreat, simply because winning the other 2 lanes is probably going to be a little impossible. Once again, pretty weird that my opponent is not snapped. I guess I could have Legion. Legion is a card that I could play. That would be a funny way to win. But then again, they could have snapped earlier and made me have it, and I don't have it. Boy, discard players, they really trip out their drip. They really drip out their decks. They got some fashion sense to them. After I am done with the stream, I am. Oh, they're discarding now. Okay. I will be probably, mucking about and doing some, I guess they probably thought that their swarms were going to be free. That's what I'm reading into this right now. And their swarms are not going to be free. Because thank you, Mobius and Mobius. Now, what I would very much like to do is draw Legion. Can I draw Legion one time, please? No. Retreat later. So after I'm done here and settle down and maybe have some food, I don't know, I'm going to be resuming. I've been playing Persona 5, the role-playing game that everyone really likes, that I'm just not connecting with this, man. I've played it a lot, and I just keep waiting for me to connect with it, because people love these games. And I'm just not connecting with it, and I just keep trying. I probably should quit by now, but I just keep trying. I'm hoping that maybe it'll happen. Maybe today's the day. I don't know. Kiln in Asteroid M is a funny and a little obnoxious combo there. Crucially, many of my cards, 3 or 4s, drop. I can do Gambit here and kill the Morbius. But, that said, Enchantress just turns it off. And I think that's probably what I would prefer to do. I'm denying myself a draw here. Hello, Nate. Is Snap worth it for a new player right now? I think now is maybe one of the best times to get into Snap. The reason being, the game is struggling a little bit. And because it is struggling a little bit, the developer is doing an okay job at being a little disproportionately generous. Now, what is going to happen? My Enchantress is going to move to the middle. But I'm hoping that they just play a naked Morbius on the left, and I turn them both off and just win. So, smartly, my opponent does not just let me win. If I'm my opponent, I think I am playing,
Opponent snapped.
MODOK in the right lane. And if my opponent is playing MODOK in the right lane, does this win? Like, am I winning the game? I'm not sure. I'm going to stay in for 1 cube, because if I snipe the MODOK, I think I win. And if I don't, it's just 1 cube. Oh. Does that mean... So what I was gonna do is this. Just get 2 kills and hope for the best. And if I do this, actually... Well, the thing is, I would need to get 2 very specific hits, I think. Oh, man. I think I'm going to stay in for 2 cubes on this. I think I win enough of the time that this is correct. Well, no. Well, yes. I'm doing it. This will look very stupid if I don't win, but I think mathematically this is correct. So I want to hit the collector on the left. That's a good hit. Collector on the left is what I want to happen the most. Dakin is another really good hit. Okay. Fuck.
You won't need this anymore.
Damn it. I needed to hit the collector. I think, honestly, if I hit the collector, I win. I think that was the... Like, Dakin was just icing. Dakin would have been an extra 8 power there. Yeah. I think Stegen was mathematically correct. It was dumb that I didn't hit the collector. Damn. That's the, This is a teachable moment. What happened there was I was feeling pretty good about staying in for 1 cube. 1 extra cube. And then suddenly, like, I'm faced with the, oh man, I've kind of backed myself into sort of a correct, but maybe not, but at least sort of correct position where suddenly I'm playing for 4. And so for the marginal cases like that, you really should just leave. Now, I might have been correct all along, but that often you find yourself in that situation like I would have had no outs. I'm not going to Loki. But I will take a couple of their cards. Enchantress is pretty good. I'm guessing that's Collector or Morbius coming down. Swarm is a good hit. I'd like to see that. Now, notably, I do not have to Enchantress now. I could Enchantress another time. Like, I want to do something like this. Begin getting the raft going. They actually can't easily get to the raft. I think I do this. The problem with doing this is I would like to have hidden this information if I could have gotten away with it, but I think that doing that was correct. So I'm going to snap right now. And the reason that I'm going to snap right now is because I can... 2-0 cost 6 drops is often good. I can clear up the lane with Deathstrike. And not only clear up the lane with Deathstrike, but also... I probably want another Valentina. Kill their bullseye. I'm gonna do this. I'm guessing that Dakin is gonna appear in the left lane, and probably I want to throw Kamar-Taj, but we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, you might want to use the Frigga for the 6-drop, but I want this to survive my Deathstrike that's coming. And thank you, Skylar Richardson, for the follow. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys hanging out. Hope everyone's having a lovely Monday? Monday. What time is it, Tunes? Odin is an interesting card to get. Ah, well, goodbye to their Sasquatch. So this wins there. Is that the most power? What is the most power middle? I guess this is 11. I don't see them beating this. Snap again. Would have liked for them to have stayed. Doom left is 10 mid. I was getting 11 mid there, though, I think. Yeah, I was getting 11 mid. And I was not going to win the left lane. So the extra Doom power would have been meaningless. I guess there were an extra 5 power right, but I don't think that would have mattered. I'm comfortable doing what I did, but I did not spend the time on that play like I perhaps should have. Well, Deathstrike is a good card in this matchup, or even a great card in this matchup, but I have nothing else. What's going on? A couple destroyers? Anyone? Did they have a 4-drop that gets over the top of that? I don't think that they do. I don't think they have a way to get more than 5 power there with 3 mana. It could be like Colleen Wing Blade. I don't want to snap here, but like honestly, winning the other 2 lanes is going to be hard. They're in a position to get a pretty big old Dakin. And Morbius in Onslaught Citadel is going to get huge. Yeah, I am thinking of all of the destroyers I could have, and it is very exciting. And I don't think I'm going to bother with any more power in the right lane. My hope is that they just play Morbius in the left lane now. I'm like holding the Deathstrike and I think I do this. Unfortunately, Deathstrike isn't going to do it now. Ah, well that sucks too. I think I might just be out of this game. It's going to hit a very good target no matter what. And that's the better target. And he has a bunch of free swarms. Mustn't forget all of the free swarms that this guy has. Storm is interesting. Could do something like this. And suddenly his Morbius isn't so scary. I think I like this, and certainly not snapping, but I think that there's an argument for this. His hand is completely full of swarms. So here, yeah, this is, again, that situation where I bet I could win this game. And it's like, oh, I'm just playing for 2. But I'm not playing for 2, I'm playing for 4. And that's the whole game. So I will stay for a better situation. One where ideally he does not have 1,000 free swarms in his hand. I'm gonna snap on this because I need to begin winning. I can't just start bleeding out 1 and 2 cubes at a time. And I think I can get over the top of him in Asgard, which gives me a fighting chance to win the game, but we can't keep this going. Hopefully this is a nice... Perfect. Perfect! Ah. Well... do I want to do this instead? I think I do. He's not like that incentivized to play a ton mid, but if he does play something juicy mid, I want the Alliot to eat it. Actually, I guess, now that I think about it, is there an argument to Mockingbird Strange? Like, what would he play middle? Yeah, I think maybe Mockingbird Strange is the better play. I'll figure it down if it's like Dak and Morbius stuff. But if it's Dak and Morbius stuff, the more he invests middle, the more I have the ability to win other places. And I don't think that that's the right move. Okay, good. Very good. Very good. Now he's got a couple of Dakins. There's a couple lines here where if I can not have priority, I can Shang-Chi away his inevitable Dakin on the left, or I think maybe this is the play. And if I think I can get over the top left, I mean, I guess with 2 swords, 8, 16, can he get over the top in Asgard? Which means that I have to win Stark Tower. I think maybe this is not enough of an overcommittal to me to be super scary. And then I can, I'm gonna say eat a, what is the word I'm looking for? A bullseye. Now that said, if he plays bullseye here, actually I think I am not gonna have priority, which is fine. Kind of don't want priority. I mean, do I want to just definitely not have priority? I think I have to. I absolutely must not have priority next turn. I think probably this is the way to do it. Ah, well, hopefully that doesn't hit. That's maybe fine.
All systems go.
Sure would have liked a cheap card there. So the thing that kind of cooks me is a MODOK. Because MODOK is going to double up the Dakin here. And if he's playing MODOK, he's playing it in the right lane. And I just don't know. I don't think this is enough power. Like, it's just going to be... I guess what needs to happen here, the only path to victory, is for him to play MODOK right. I guess probably not move the beak. I'm not going to do the math here. And then my bot appears on the right. I don't. There's no other way that does this. All right. Good luck to me. Oh, we didn't have a discard for it. Well, wouldn't have been enough anyway. The most singular power I could have added was Orca, which would have been 11, which would have been an extra 8 power. Not enough, tragically. So I guess I would have won with a Orca right, bot right, but that's not something I can easily play around. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We're happy to lose convincingly bad luck there, rather than just squeak it out. That's totally fine. And then... the math behind... that was my last ticket. The math behind the last 1,400 medals is a couple 75 boosters. Again, hoping for Ravonna Renslayer with either of these. Kyra? Sure. Don't hate those. Ravonna? No. Daredevil, don't hate. That's fine. All right. Let's take a look at this season. I am happy to... I think it's good. Get this out of here. I'm happy to have gotten 3 Infinity Avatars. 3 victories. 3 victories, I think, with 9 tickets. I think that's ultimately how the math broke down. We got Human Torch. Baby Human Torch. Cute baby Human Torch. We got Jeff Fun in the Sun. A little bit sinister Jeff with the ice cream. And we got... oh, thank you, not Tim Phillips. Whoever you are, we know you're not Tim Phillips. Appreciate it. We just finished my last Infinity ticket of the season, and I was just showing the borders that I won this season, and the Deadpool Diner this season, Jane Foster avatar. In that Deadpool Diner, I came in 7th in the world with the most bumps, and was hoping that there would be an exclusive title, and there was not an exclusive title. Bunch of bullshit. So sorry I couldn't finish the stream with the win, but the win rate was extraordinarily high, and I did get a win on stream, which is always super cool. What we're going to do now is we're going to raid somebody. I'm going to raid a channel. And, oh, you know what? We're going to raid Gaming with Flash X. I have a whole bit where he's like, call me Flash. And I'm like, no, I'm calling you Gaming with Flash X. You guys will have a lovely time with him. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time. And thank you, Luxie. I appreciate that. Thank you for hanging out. You guys are the best.
Damn, oh, well, there goes my Athena.
I have to give myself a little something to gain about all of this.
There goes my Athena.
Great.
To me, my Raiders. Welcome in, everybody. I am Flash. This is the Midnight Gang. Welcome. It's Monday. You've caught us in the middle of our Monday Night Raw watch along.